Everything that you just described, all of these incredible accomplishments, they take a lot of reading. Do you have any time to read for fun these days?
So I end up reading mostly newspapers. I usually read stories about myself.
Well, with so much going on in the world, it's really kind of you to take a moment to read.
That was President Trump telling Second Lady Vance about his selective reading habits during her Storytime series at the White House last week. Not a surprise there. What is President Trump's favorite subject? He apparently isn't alone, though, in his avoidance of books. For The Atlantic's August issue cover story, just out, it's titled, "The Age of Reading is Over." And staff writer Rose Horwich argues we're living in a post-literate world where fewer and fewer adults read books of any kind. And she examines the impact that has on society. Rose joins us now. Also with us for the discussion is contributing opinion writer for the New York Times and prolific reader, Molly Jong-Fast. My thanks to you both for being here. Congratulations on this piece. I will just say it's incredibly depressing. So first, what made you decide like this is the right moment to talk about the lack of reading in our society?
So this is a topic that I've been following for a few years, and, I think it's the availability of evidence now. We know that the share of Americans who read a book of any kind or an article on any given day has declined by 40% over the past 2 decades. And so it was really just the preponderance of evidence that, made me want to write this now.
And it's about causes for our... Explain a few. Obviously, most, I would say, the device in my hand is probably, offender number one.
Yes, I talk a lot about the device in your hand. And so it's really, the rise of alternative forms of media. We saw first television, then, streaming platforms, internet, and now with smartphones, they just crowd out the time to read and also make it so that, it's really hard to focus on any one thing. I know in my own life when I'm trying to read a book but have my phone next to me, I am not my most focused.
What is that latest notification? So, Rose, in your article, you argue that the decline of reading is not just a change in personal habit. It represents a broader shift in how culture is created and shared. And you write in part this: cultural and economic power tends to flow to people who are skilled at using the most popular communications technology. Today, those people are streamers, podcasters, and influencers. Books used to be an essential source of knowledge, memory, wisdom, and morality. They were written by older generations and passed down to the young in a vertical transmission of culture. Now, information moves horizontally from young person to young person. This dynamic makes figures such as Mr. Beast the guardians of American culture. The decline of reading didn't turn the world upside down. It turned the world sideways. And Molly, it's a great piece and a great point. And the article also makes the argument that reading had to be learned. Right. We didn't just humans millennia ago did not just have the knowledge. It took time and skill and practice, and therefore reached some sort of enlightenment, and that's now at risk.
Yeah, I'm curious what sort of because we know that the literacy numbers for people who are graduating from high school are spectacularly low. Can you talk about how that factors into this?
Yes, so we've definitely seen that, reading scores are going down for 4th and 8th graders, that for adults, 30% of Americans cannot, paraphrase or make inferences from a multi-page text. But I argue in the piece that it's not that we're illiterate so much as that we're post-literate. We might be reading more than ever with texts and emails and social media, but, people can't focus on a book.
And so you feel like the focus is what prevents us from making better decisions and absorbing the information?
That was what my reporting showed, that it was partially a substitution of time and then partially you have the less you read, the less kind of background knowledge you have to aid in comprehension, the less, the less you're kind of practiced at just persisting through something. And we know that 2 decades ago, the average attention span on a screen was 2.5 minutes, and now 5 years ago, it was 47 seconds. So.
There's so much that we're at risk of losing because of this. It's a really important piece. Please read it. The new issue of The Atlantic is out now. It's the cover story. Staff writer at the magazine. Rose Horwitz, thank you. We appreciate you being here.